Many people don't understand that the spiritual world is not silent. Everything you touch, say, or even write carries a vibration that either builds or breaks something around you. When you put your name in salt water, you are not performing magic. You are aligning yourself with a divine principle that speaks of cleansing, preservation, and restoration. This act calls forth light over your name, washing away rejection, delays, and every negative energy tied to your destiny. It is not superstition. It is spiritual intelligence rooted in divine order. When salt meets water, something powerful happens. Salt purifies and water cleanses. Together, they form a combination that neutralizes evil and restores peace. If you have been struggling to find favor or feeling like doors close for no reason, this act becomes a prophetic cry before heaven. It says, God, let my name be washed from every curse, from every limitation, and from every word spoken against me. It's an invitation for the divine to step into your story and rewrite it with light. Every name carries energy. It holds your identity, your covenant, and your destiny. When people curse your name, they are not attacking your body. They are attacking the sound that represents your life. That is why you must learn to protect your name spiritually. Placing it in salt water for 24 hours is more than a symbolic gesture. It is a declaration that every poison released through gossip, envy, or witchcraft against your name will dissolve and lose its power. You see, life becomes easier when your name is free from spiritual contamination. When people hear your name and immediately feel peace or respect, it means your spiritual frequency is clean. But when rejection, delay, or mockery follow your name, something has tampered with your divine reputation. Salt water restores that. It cleanses the invisible stains and removes every spiritual odor that made people turn away from you. It reintroduces your name into divine favors book. Many believers pray for open doors, yet forget that it is their name that must first be purified. When your name is anointed and free from evil attachment, doors open without effort, and people say yes without hesitation. That is why this simple act carries so much power. By putting your name in salt water for 24 hours, you are declaring, I am ready for restoration. I am ready for favor. I am ready for divine recognition. And from that moment, the spiritual atmosphere begins to shift in your favor. Salt has always been more than seasoning. It's a symbol of covenant and preservation. In ancient times, when two people shared salt, it meant their agreement could not be broken. In the spiritual realm, salt represents purity and permanence. When you use it in prayer or cleansing, you are invoking divine order, the kind that stabilizes your destiny and repels corruption. Nothing unclean can hide where salt is present because it carries spiritual authority that neutralizes evil. The reason salt is so powerful is because it never decays. It lasts. It keeps. It preserves. That's why when God wanted to teach the mystery of purity and commitment, He used salt as an example. When your name is placed in salt water, you are prophetically saying, Lord, let my name never decay, never be forgotten, never lose its favor. The salt becomes a witness to your covenant of restoration, speaking in the unseen world that your blessings must remain. Salt doesn't only represent preservation, it destroys contamination. If something is spoiled, salt can draw out the poison and restore balance. In spiritual warfare, this means salt has the power to extract negativity and break demonic attachment. When your name sits in salt water, every poison that has been attached to your destiny begins to separate. Evil cannot hide in salt because its nature exposes and purifies everything unholy. Think about it. When Elisha purified the bitter waters of Jericho, he used salt. That act was not ordinary. It was divine technology. He showed that what was polluted could be made clean again through something pure and lasting. So when you use salt over your name, you are performing the same prophetic act. You are declaring that every bitterness attached to your life must end. You are calling for sweetness, fertility, and restoration to replace the dryness and struggle. That is why every spiritual person should understand the language of salt. It speaks to creation. It commands stillness in chaos. It represents God's nature of order and protection. When salt mixes with water and your name rests within it, the power of purity begins to speak for you. The moment this mixture touches your name, the heavens recognize it. The spiritual dirt begins to lift and your name starts to shine again, calling forth blessings from every direction. Your name is not just a word, it is your spiritual fingerprint. It carries the record of who you are, what you've survived, and where you're going. That's why enemies don't always need to touch your body to destroy you. They attack your name. They whisper it in dark places, attach evil to it, and use it as a point of contact for destruction. When you put your name in salt water, you're declaring spiritual ownership. You're saying, my name belongs to light, not darkness. Many people carry names that have been spiritually tampered with. When someone constantly faces rejection, misunderstanding, or loss despite their efforts, it's often not because they're unlucky. It's because their name has been polluted. The sound of your name carries spiritual energy. When people mention it, heaven or hell responds depending on what is attached to it. Cleansing your name with salt water silences the voice of accusation and awakens the voice of divine favor. In the spirit world, your name is like a key. It opens or closes doors, depending on the power backing it. When curses, jealousy, or witchcraft have corrupted your name, it becomes a locked key. It cannot open opportunities. But when you wash it in salt water, you're performing a spiritual reactivation. You're purifying the key, ensuring that every door assigned to you recognizes your spiritual identity again. After that, no one can deny you access to what's yours. You must understand that every miracle begins with identity. When your name is right before God and clean in the realm of men, blessings locate you easily. That's why this simple prophetic act has such deep meaning. As your name sits in the salt water, the vibrations of cleansing travel through the spiritual dimension, calling your true destiny back into alignment. The weight of old mistakes, spoken curses, and past failures begin to dissolve completely. By the time you complete this act, your name becomes like a fragrance before heaven. Wherever it's mentioned, whether in meetings, decisions, or conversations, favor begins to respond. People who once ignored you will start remembering you. Lost opportunities will find their way back. It's not superstition, it's restoration. Your name carries divine energy again, and from that moment, nothing unclean can speak against you successfully. The number 24 carries deep prophetic meaning. It represents divine completeness and heavenly alignment. In the realm of the spirit, 24 hours is not just a day. It's a full spiritual cycle where creation renews itself. When you place your name in salt water for 24 hours, you are aligning your destiny with this divine rhythm. You're saying, let my name experience a full circle of cleansing, restoration, and renewal. It's an invitation for heaven to move in perfect timing. Every hour carries energy and purpose. Some hours bring light, others test patience, and some mark divine visitation. When your name rests in salt water throughout the entire day and night, it passes through every spiritual phase: morning, afternoon, evening, and midnight. That journey represents your transformation through every season of life. You are symbolically telling God, from sunrise to sunset, purify my identity and make my name shine again. The 24-hour timing also represents consistency in prayer and faith. Many people pray for 5 minutes and expect lifelong results, but spiritual realignment requires sustained energy. By letting your name remain in salt water for 24 hours, you are allowing divine power to work without interruption. It's like a full spiritual operation where heaven cleanses your foundation, rewrites your story, and seals your destiny with divine favor. In spiritual symbolism, the number 24 is tied to authority and heavenly government. There were 24 elders seated around God's throne, representing divine order and control. When your name sits in salt water for that duration, you're inviting that same divine authority to rule over your life. It's a way of saying, let heaven's government take over my destiny. Let every demonic influence be dethroned, and let my life come under divine rule. Once the 24 hours are complete, you have completed a full spiritual rotation. Your name has passed through the phases of judgment, mercy, and restoration. The act becomes prophetic because it mirrors the passage of a full day, symbolizing new beginnings. As you pour away that salt water, you are symbolically discarding every negative energy that once clung to your name. From that moment forward, your identity is renewed, your doors open, and favor begins to locate you. When you perform this act with understanding, something shifts inside you. It's not only about the salt or the water, it's about awakening your awareness that life responds to spiritual laws. You start to see that closed doors were never natural. They were spiritual barriers waiting for the right key. The moment you engage this prophetic instruction, you awaken a realization that you have power to purify your own name and restore what was lost. That is the beginning of spiritual maturity. Many people suffer in silence because they think prayer alone is enough. But prayer without revelation becomes empty repetition. This act of placing your name in salt water opens your spiritual eyes to the hidden reality of warfare that surrounds your identity. You start to recognize that every rejection, delay, or missed opportunity wasn't random. It was an attack against your name's favor. This revelation pushes you to rise up and reclaim your spiritual authority. As you meditate during those 24 hours, you will feel a peace begin to settle in your heart. That's not imagination. It's the Spirit responding to cleansing. It's as though layers of spiritual heaviness are being peeled off one after another. Some people even notice that their dreams change, that confusion leaves, and that divine clarity begins to fill their mind. That's how you know your name is being restored to divine alignment. This awakening also teaches you gratitude. You start to appreciate that small prophetic acts can carry massive spiritual weight. God often hides deliverance in simple instructions because He wants your faith to be activated. When you obey and see results, your confidence in the Spirit grows. You begin to realize that you don't need to beg for open doors. You need to cleanse your name, align with purity, and doors will open on their own. From that awakening, you become spiritually conscious of what your name represents. You start blessing your name in prayer instead of complaining. You start declaring, my name carries light. My name carries favor. My name carries open doors. This consciousness reshapes your destiny. And once your name has been washed and declared clean, you start walking with divine confidence, knowing that wherever your name is mentioned, heaven speaks for you. This prophetic act must be done with intention and faith. Begin by finding a clean, clear glass or bowl, preferably one that has never been used for anything unholy. Pour in clean water, enough to submerge the paper on which you will write your full name. Add a handful of natural salt. As you stir the salt into the water, speak over it with authority. Declare that this water now carries the cleansing power of divine light. Every word you say will charge the water spiritually. Next, write your full name on a plain white piece of paper. As you write, imagine every blessing, opportunity, and door that bears your name. Speak life into it. Say, Gil, this is my name. Let it be pure. Let it be favored. Let it be free. When you finish writing, fold the paper once and gently place it into the salt water. Watch it sink slowly, and as it does, say these words: every stain attached to my name, disappear. Every curse tied to my destiny, dissolve in this water. Once the paper rests inside the bowl, keep it in a quiet, undisturbed place for 24 hours. Do not move it or let anyone touch it. During that time, continue to pray short prayers of restoration and open doors. Say, as this water stands, may my name be remembered in places of favor. May those who once said no begin to say yes. May new opportunities open, and may divine light surround my name wherever it is spoken. During the 24 hours, avoid anger, gossip, or fear. Keep your spirit calm, because the energy around you affects the ritual. If you can, anoint your forehead lightly with oil and play soft worship or prayer music to keep the atmosphere pure. Every hour that passes represents a spiritual layer being peeled away from your name, removing rejection, envy, and delay. You may feel emotional or even dream about water during this time. That's a sign that cleansing is taking place. After the 24 hours are complete, lift the bowl gently and hold it with reverence. Speak final words of blessing over your name. Say, I am purified, my name is cleansed. Wherever my name is spoken, favor will answer. Then pour the water away, preferably outside your home, in a flowing place like a drain or soil, not in the sink. As you pour, imagine every burden leaving. The act of release seals your cleansing and opens new pathways for blessings to enter. When the ritual is done, do not look back or doubt. Spiritual acts are sealed by faith, not sight. You may notice small signs of change, unexpected calls, sudden opportunities, or peace returning to your heart. That's confirmation that heaven has heard. Keep thanking God for restoration, because gratitude multiplies what faith has activated. The cleansing doesn't end when you pour out the water. It continues as divine energy that follows your name everywhere you go. For stronger effect, you can repeat this act once a month or whenever you feel resistance rising again. Each time your name becomes spiritually stronger, your favor increases, and your enemies lose grip over your identity. Salt is eternal. It keeps fighting for purity. As long as your name remains aligned with divine light, no curse, no rejection, and no delay will be able to take root again. Remember, the power is not in the salt or the water. It's in obedience and faith. The moment you follow divine instruction with a clean heart, the elements of creation respond to you. Heaven recognizes your act of alignment and begins to release the blessings that were once locked away. Your name becomes a spiritual key again, able to open doors, attract favor, and carry authority. From this moment, decree with power that your name is washed and your doors are open. Say it boldly. Every closed gate has lifted, every chain has broken, every voice that said no will now say yes. Speak over your destiny until the atmosphere responds. You are not begging for favor, you are commanding alignment. Heaven listens to the words of faith, and when your tongue agrees with divine truth, no demonic opposition can stand. Wherever your name has been written in darkness, let light erase it now. Wherever your name has been whispered for evil, let fire silence that altar. Let your name be heard in places of honor, not shame. Decree that those who once mocked you will witness your elevation. The same people who forgot you will begin to call you with favor. Every curse tied to your identity is now powerless, because the salt has spoken purity into your destiny. Lift your right hand and declare, my name is a gate of blessing. My name attracts opportunities. My name carries divine light. Repeat it until your spirit feels it. As you speak, energy moves. Angels of favor begin to travel with your name. People will remember you for good. Decisions will shift in your favor. What once took years will take days. That is the power of a cleansed name under divine covenant. Now declare, from today, no one will say no to me without divine reason. Every place I step, the ground will welcome me. Every person I meet will be drawn to my grace. I walk in the vibration of favor. I live in divine recognition. Feel that declaration in your bones. The heavens record it as law. And from this day, your name will echo with authority wherever it's spoken. When you finish your declarations, give thanks. Say, thank you, Lord, for restoring my name. Thank you for the power of salt. Thank you for the new beginning that has started today. Gratitude seals your miracle. It is the final key that locks your cleansing and calls forth increase. When you give thanks, the universe responds by multiplying your results. Share this revelation with others. Let those who have been suffering in silence know that deliverance can come through divine obedience. Many people are waiting for prophetic wisdom like this to break out of stagnation. When you share, you become a vessel of light, helping others find restoration just as you did. The blessing multiplies through your testimony. Then walk forward with faith. Your voice has spoken, your name has been purified, and heaven has sealed your breakthrough. You will see the evidence soon. Doors opening, favor locating you, and joy returning to your spirit. The prophetic act is complete. Now live boldly in your restored name, and let your light shine wherever you go. Every door of blessing is now open, and your name carries light again. Walk boldly, speak faith, and let favor follow your footsteps wherever you go. This is Maya's watchtower, where truth meets healing and wisdom awakens restoration.